Hello today! And we're going to have a... I'm fucking laughing already. Don't worry about that. Just drinking already. So anyway, we're going to have a chat about old technology. We're going to talk about technology. Well, talking about computers, you know, shit. Basically, I'm going to talk bollocks. I always talk bollocks, but you know, we just thought we'll have a... I know the younger people ain't going to like it. A lot of probably, well, girls probably don't watch it anyway, but you know, I just thought we'll have a chat about just the first topic. We'll talk about old computers and stuff. Gaming. Let's talk about gaming. I'm going to talk about gaming. I just thought back in the day when I was growing up, like in the 80s, I thought games then were very fun to play. A lot of fun to play. I thought, like nowadays, like you got your PS4 and like even the PS3, PS2, and Xbox 360, Xbox One. I just found games just got too serious for me. It's way too serious. You know, I think the fun went out a bit for me. That's why I just got bored with games. Like nowadays, these games are great, fantastic graphics. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel the game is just way too serious for me now. I mean, when I was growing up, I had one of these, and probably a lot of old school gamers, old school from the 80s, will recognise this straight away. This was one of my first computers I ever owned. This is actually my mate's computer. Don't worry, Raj, I won't drop it. If you're watching this video, mate, how you doing? Yeah, I know this is your computer, mate. I mean, you had this back way in what, 1985, and it still works today in immaculate condition. The monitor is in another room. It's put away. It never gets used because, I mean, there's no games for it. Well, there is, but you know, it. I will put it down. I mean, it still works today. It's immaculate. I mean, you look at it. It's a fantastic looking computer. It really is a nice. I like the blue key, the green keys, and you know, feels tappy. Nice. You got your cassette. Younger, you won't know that what cassette was. There we go. A cassette. That's how we used to load games. And back in the 80s, we never had internet. We never had mobile phones. No communication whatsoever via post or a landline. That's how we communicated back then. we ain't got none of. We didn't have none of that back then. We never had. You know, the internet and stuff like we do now, mobile phones. And I have another. Just open another beer. God, I'm still ranting about bollocks again, and I. Yeah. Anyway, I was just looking if it was on record. It is on record. I want to talk about, yes, let's talk about gaming, and I just felt like gaming was fun back then. Had a lot of fun, you mate. We used to get pocket money, you know. It wasn't a great deal of pocket money. Well, I didn't anyway, you know. It's a few quid here, 3 quid there, we save, you know. I mean, you could pay as cheap as £1.99 or £2.99 just for a computer game. And you took that chance, if it was any good or if it was a load of bollocks or a load of crap, yeah. We took that chance. Well, I took the chance anyway. You look at the screenshot at the back. Oh, is it going to be good? You just don't care. You paid 2 quid for this game or 3 quid, whatever. You took it home, loaded the cassette in. No, majority of the games were quite good. Really good games. Really enjoyed like paying 2 or 3 quid for a game, just loading it up and just, yeah, it's better than some of these bloody games that we paid a whopping back then $9.99 for the top games, like their arcade conversions. Like Outrun for the Amstrad CPC. That was a load of shit. I paid 10 quid for that and it was rubbish. It was cool now. It worked. It didn't fucking hardly move. On the Commodore 64, mind you, it was brilliant. And that's another topic I want to talk about the Amstrad computers. People who owned an Amstrad computer out there, put it in the comments. Who owned an Amstrad computer? Because that was my first computer, as I said. But I'm gonna ask her this question is important, I think, for Amstrad users. I owned a Commodore 64. My mate, well, after the Amstrad, and my mate at the time, my mate owned Commodore 64 while I had the Amstrad CPC, and I used to go around his house a lot, play on his Commodore 64. So he used to come up mine and play on my Amstrad CPC. But majority of the games he used to get, like good, was arcade conversions like Outrun and other games. And I noticed a lot of these arcade conversions were pretty good for the Commodore 64 and had a pile of shit for the Amstrad. So this is a question I want to ask, like all the Amstrad people out there. Because this is a question that I ask myself, and this is it. If you had a Commodore 64 to start with, would you have bought the Amstrad CPC afterwards? Because I know I had the Amstrad, I did buy the Commodore 64 afterwards, and I did because of the games, and you know, I'm not saying about there were bad games for the Amstrad, because the Amstrad was a decent computer. But what I'm trying to say, what I'm saying, if you had the Commodore 64 to start with, would you have bought the Amstrad CPC or even given it a look? Because, tell you the truth, I don't think I would have done. I know that shocked a lot of people now, probably. But, because I enjoyed the games on the Commodore 64, I enjoyed the games on the Amstrad, but I just noticed there was a lot more better games for the Commodore 64 than there was for the Amstrad. They were better, like programmed, but there was a few better games for the Amstrad. But I just noticed a lot of these software companies programmed the Commodore 64 better game. They did better games for them, but as I say, not all of them. All of like the top games. It is a difficult one, but I probably wouldn't have gave the Amstrad CPC 464 a look if I had the Commodore 64 first. I'm going to get slated for this, I know, but I don't know, that's just my take on it. I just thought, yeah, the Amstrad is a great computer, but I don't know, leave your comments, see what you think, if you're even bothering watching this video. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on to another subject. Mobile phones. Something we never had in the 80s. It was an 80s invention. I remember that. I remember a big fucking brick thing like that. A big sticking up aerial. Oh, didn't even have text messaging. It's just made, just call someone. Didn't even, probably had a minute little phone, but only had a little tiny screen. Didn't have much of a screen. Yeah. You know, just to see what number you're dialing. That's it. That's all it did. You just dial numbers. I'll ignore that. My mobile phone. It's talking about mobile phones. It's an email. Let's just check my email. I've got a fucking computer right in front of me. I decided to use my mobile phone. Oh, it's a load of crap. Yeah, talk about smartphones. Yeah. What is smart? Why was they called smartphones? They ain't fucking smart, are they? Can't fucking make you a cup of tea or do anything like that. Can't get you laid. Mind you, a dictaphone can. Anyway, never mind about that. Yeah. Talking about that. Talking about old technology again. There's a lot of people who must have had one of these phones when back in, I think it was the early 2000s these it was the early 2000s this came out. Who remembers these? the Nokia 3310. I've still got one. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. But these are great little phones. These was okay. Who had the Nokia 3210? Who had one of those when it first came out? I didn't. I didn't have a one because every single person had a 3210. Everyone just when that came out. Revolutionary phone. It was the first phone that had the aerial inside the phone. It was the first phone to have predictive text messaging, and it was the first. It wasn't the first phone to have. You could change the cover because it was the first phone you could change the back and the front. That was the other Nokia. I can't remember what that one was. We could change the front, but that was really revolutionary. I mean, that's how Nokia made its name. That's how Nokia was selling. Had the best phone basically back in the late 90s. I think 1999 that come out, and throughout the 2000s, well, before the smartphone came out basically. So yeah, and that's why Nokia had the top phones. Everybody loved the Nokia. But you know, eventually I bought one. I bought the 3210. I had actually the first Nokia phone I had was the 7110, the Matrix phone where you push the button, come down. Bloody hell, I had one of them. That was an awesome phone. First phone I had that had internet, WAP technology. That's going back a bit, isn't it? WAP technology. Now we've got smartphones for that now. Smartphone, yeah. Great. Anyway, enough about that. Shit, where did that go? Oh, it's over there. It don't work anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, let's have a drink. Let's get back to gaming. This is what you had back in the day. It's called it's a joystick. Everyone fucking knows that. We still use them today. But this is actually a PC joystick. I use this sometimes, but I don't use keys. This is how I play my retro gaming. Oh, it's got and just 5 buttons. It's no motion, and I've got one of them motion joysticks where you just like flying a real plane. You just tap it. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking bollocks, basically. Yeah. So this is basically a Competition Pro joystick, but it's called a Speed Link this occasion because it ain't Competition Pro. It's just a clone of a Competition Pro. Basically, it's a nice joystick. Anyway, right. Let's have a talk about music. Music. Everybody loves music. Everyone in the world loves music. Right. I'll tell you about my sort of music I like. It's in the 80s, growing up, you know, it was alright in the 80s. Not great, I have to say. Not great. There's a few good bands going around, but what did it for me was the 90s. 90s, we'll start the 90s. So I like dance and house, sort of dancey sort of music. Oh, rock, I like rock, yeah. As I say, the early 90s started it for me. You got stuff like Prodigy, which are fantastic. Still fantastic now. Still going, they are still fantastic. Then you had your indie rock bands, your rock bands like rock, anything rocky, sort of not heavy metal as such. Nah, didn't mind bits and pieces. Guns N' Roses was another fantastic band. I thought was great. Sort of things like that. Then the late 90s came. Sorry. Then garage came. Fucking Artful Dodger and Craig David made that shit tune. Rewind. What the fuck was that? Everybody seemed to love that tune. I thought it was the biggest load of shit going. It was crap. Why? Garage. Fucking beat was awful. Everybody loved it. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into it. It was just crap. Just the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. And R&B, for fuck's sake, come on. R&B, rhythm and blues, that's what I was known to be, but this is just shit. What is it? It's crap nowadays. It's just, music's just gone, maybe because I'm getting older, I don't know, but I just found music's just taken a nosedive to me. It's just a load of shit. I was never ever into rap, never into anything like that, hip hop, just never into it. Okay, I'm not going to call it crap because I know there's a lot of people out there that love their hip hop and rap, but I just can't get into it. Maybe it's the same with R&B. To me, it's just crap. There's people out there that love it, so it's probably not fair of me to call it crap, but I just think it's crap. It's just rubbish. It is rubbish. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going a bit overboard with this, but you know, I just don't like it. It's just not music. Well, it is music to other people, but it's not music to me. It's just a fucking horrible noise. Let's say rock. There's a few tunes today I do like, but more of the rocky sort of tunes, the dancey sort of tunes. Glad Garage is dead. Fucking can't stand it. Yeah. Feel free to comment on that. I know I'm going on a bit about music, but you know, it's just the way I feel. I just think music's dead. Just music's dead today. Just crap. What else can I try to say? Now, just let me pause it and just think of something. Right, here's a subject for you. Could be a bit of a touchy one. I know there's a lot of it out there. Religion. Let's talk about religion. What is it all about? Why do people want to, I don't know, worship God? Why do people want to worship God? Just ask that question to yourself. If you was God, would you want everybody else to worship you with what you've done? Me? I was like, fucking leave me alone. Yeah, you got your earth. Just fucking stop. What? Stop bothering me. Please. You got your earth. Do what you want with it. It's there. I don't want to be bothered. I'm creating some other universe. Oh, me and you species, fucking stop harassing me. I don't want to be worshipped. Stop building these churches, and I don't want no buildings. Praise. Fuck off! I don't want to be praised. That'll be me. I want to be left the fuck alone. You got your fucking earth. Just enjoy it. I don't want to be bothered. God's sake, why do people want to worship God? I mean, in the southern states of America, why all these churches about? Why is like Christian fucking rock music? Oh, bloody hell. I listened to someone had that on. Oh, no, another email. Someone had that on. Oh, fucking hell. Let me pause it a second. Yeah, sorry about that, the phone rang, I had to get that, so... yeah, religion. I mean, I don't want to be bothered. So, all these churches in some states of America, but why? Why do people love religion? Why do everyone wants to praise the Lord? Why? God. As I say, I'll rather be left alone. I mean, I'm not religious. I don't believe in religion. It creates wars, as we know. Everyone's got to have a different religion. Oh, I don't like what your beliefs. Don't like that. Who gives a fuck? Bloody hell, who cares? Oh, gee, I just don't get it. I honestly just don't get it. Bloody all these religions, there's loads of religions, just to do the same thing, just just to praise the Lord. He's probably thinking, fuck off, don't bother me. You got your earth, enjoy it. Well, maybe. Maybe I'm probably totally wrong about this. I don't know. But that would be me. That would be me. I wouldn't want to be bothered. Just leave me alone. I'll just say I created, I don't know. I created something that changed life, changed history, just changed, I don't know, just say I invented, I don't know, the aeroplane, or I don't know, something, a transporter. Just say I invented a transporter. You didn't have to use cars, any modes of transportation. I invented the transporter. Alright, it's getting a bit Star Trekky now. Instantly gets you to your destination. I invented it. Okay. I don't want to be worshipped. I don't want people praising me. I don't want that. Just say, oh, well done. That's a good invention. You have transferred. I don't want to be, oh, praise John, praise John. No, fucking leave me alone. I don't want all that. So, I don't know. I'm just talking bollocks, basically. Well, it's the truth. I'm being truthful, but, you know, it's never going to happen. I'm not going to invent a transport. I'm not that fucking... I'm not smart. I'm an idiot, basically. So, well, everyone knew that anyway. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up now. I probably pissed a lot of people off talking about religion, but who cares? I think religion's a load of crap anyway, so I don't like it. It causes problems. So there you go. That's my views. That's my that's my talk of the day. I think that is my talk of the day. So I'm going to wrap things up now. You all take care. Big thank you, and see you next time. And goodbye.